Hi, guys. Welcome to the show. All right. So, once again, this is Dog Coach Francis, and welcome to the Dog Behind the Human podcast. If you like dogs, this is the show for you. This is where it is, where you can learn everything about dogs, the people, and of course, dito pwede rin kayo magtanong. Right now, I'm going to be flying by myself. I don't have any co-host. Pero sana you can join me for the next hour as we discuss something that siguro kailangan malaman ng lahat, no? So, kasi maraming mga dog trainers diyan, and that's exactly what I've been working on for the past couple of days, weeks. I've been trying to reach out to dog trainers all over the world. So we've been trying to schedule a an interview with a dog trainer from London, another one in Canada. We also have somebody from Australia, and of course in the United States. So ito, papakinggan natin lahat ng mga to. And because of the time difference, I've been trying to invite most of them to join me on our Facebook live stream recording of our podcast. Pero because of the time difference, syempre, dun sa kanila, sobrang umaga or sometimes it's going to be late night. So medyo mahirap yung time differences. So we've been working that out, and we'll be recording offline. And I'm just super excited because I've been trying to reach out, and there's quite a few dog trainers out there who's interested to really share what they know about training dogs. So I'm really interested. How is it, or how are you training dogs in the UK, in the United States? Though pare-parehas naman kami ng mga dog training styles or techniques, syempre the way they actually work with their dogs is something that I'm really curious. Sabi nga nila, kung kailangan mong matuto, you need to work with the best, right? So that's what we're trying to find. Sabi ko, if I want to be a really good dog trainer, kailangan I need to find those people who's really good with what they're doing. And of course, when it comes to dog training kasi, meron kanya-kanyang specialization din yan. Pretty much like doctors. Meron mga doctors for the heart, doctors for the eyes, you have the ENT, you have the pedia, diba? Ang dami-daming specializations. Pero sa dog training pala, meron din mga specializations yan. So, coach, ikaw, anong specialization mo? Well, though I do have an idea with a myriad of dog training styles at kung paano ginagawa, I'm focusing more on pet dog training. Ano yung pet dog training? Ito yung mga pagtitrain ng mga aso na nasa bahay. Okay? So we're trying to deliver training that will find the balance between the dog and the human, okay, in their homes. Hindi tayo nagtitrain ng canine or police work or scent. Though I do have an idea on how to do that. And we've been training dogs then for nose work. Pero ang hinahanap natin dito is yung mga specializations. So I would like to also learn with you, everybody who's listening to the podcast, paano ba nila tinitrain yung mga dogs? Kasi nga, meron mga specialization dito. And you'd be foolish to say na parang, alam mo na lahat yan, di ba? So, in whatever craft that you're working on, I think it's just right na parang you need to acknowledge kung ano yung alam mo to be competent. Pero, kailangan alam mo rin kung ano yun hindi mo alam. All right? So, we'll find out, di ba? So, we will be scheduling them one by one and mapapakinggan nyo lang to exclusively. Okay? This is going to be an exclusive audio content or podcast in partnership with Podcast Network Asia, powered by Podmetrics. There you go. And just in case you still don't know, we are available on Spotify. Teka lang, I have a cheat sheet here. Yeah. So we are available in in Spotify. We are available in Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Google Podcast. O kala mo yun? and Apple Podcasts, and a bunch of other platforms. And yung reach natin has been steadily climbing, and we would like to thank you for everyone's support. And of course, if you're watching this, thank you. If you're watching this live, or if you're listening this through our podcast platforms, I really appreciate it. Please give us a comment, give us a shout out. Um, kung ano yun mga gusto nyong marinig, ano yung mga gusto nyong matutunan, and how we can improve our community that we're trying to build here. All right. So again, this is in partnership with Podcast Network Asia, and we are powered by Podmetrics. Teka lang, before I proceed to the topic of the day, I would like to let you know na meron pa mga ibang interesting podcasts na available sa Podcast Network Asia. So one of this is here. They're talking about Captain America, evil demon clowns, alien conspiracies, and a bunch of other stuff. So come and join in on the fun. Listen to the girls Jam and Dapsky talk about anything and everything under the sun in Local Locus PH, your quirky pop culture podcast. So maybe you would like to check that podcast out. And of course, meron pa ako mga ibang podcast na i-introduce sa inyo mamaya. All right? And pero sa ngayon, ang pag-uusapan natin talaga ngayon is how to, or rather 10 questions to ask your dog training professional. Okay? Alam nyo ba yun? Of course, parang, hey coach, nandito kami sa ibang part ng Philippines and unfortunately you're not available, or maybe you move in, you're listening from the US, or you're listening from the UK or Australia. How do you find that dog trainer? Okay? Ano ba yung mga kailangan nyong itanong? All right? So yun ang magiging topic natin for today. Let's see the live comments. Thank you for listening, Amabel Fowler. So it says, hello po, Sir Francis. And RD Kapas, my sister's watching, and also saying, hi, Elaine. And sabi ni Ayan, sabi niya, invite ko daw si Dr. D. Pag sinabi niyang Dr. D, that's Dr. Ian Dunbar. Okay? Tignan natin. No? Who knows? At some point, we might be able to invite Dr. Ian Dunbar. Parang si Dr. Ian Dunbar is like a mentor to me. So yung mga style na ginagamit natin, we borrowed it from him. Tapos it has evolved over time. And siya mismo aminado na parang he planted the seed for the next generation. Started out in the 1980s. Okay, when he first did the puppy classes. Tapos dito sa Philippines, maybe I can claim na isa tayo sa mga nag-push talaga for puppy kindergarten classes. Okay, and of course, right now because of the COVID-19 restrictions, we still cannot conduct puppy classes. Pero we do offer online training. Okay, so we do this via a webcam and over the internet. So it's really working well. Okay, so if you would want to train with us, just send us a message through our mobile number and social media pages, and we'll help you out. All right, so Myla Cirillo, my co-host from the past episodes, is saying hi, guys. Ayan, sayang, she couldn't make it today because she is just, busy for today's Father's Day. O nga pala, sa lahat ng mga tatay, Happy Father's Day. And ang kailangan nyo is an applause. Here. Ayan. So mahirap kasing maging tatay. So whether you're a kid, or you're a father to a kid, or you're a father to a dog, okay? Happy Father's Day to you. And it doesn't matter as well if you identify yourself as a father. Happy Father's Day. Okay? Maraming salamat. All right. So, ayan, si Irene nagko-comment. Sabi niyang ganun, Ian Dunbar is super strict. I know. Sabi nga ng mga ibang critics niya. He's like a grumpy old man. At some point, maybe. Pero ano you have to give him credit kasi he did a lot of work. And most of the force-free training community uh, actually looks up to him. Na parang he's like a grandfather of force-free training. Siyempre, madami dyan no, sa mga nagpasikat din. Isa yan sila Karen Pryor, sila mga Gene Donaldson. Ang dami nila no? So, most of it nasa ibang bansa. All right. So, okay. Sabi ni RD, happy for father, coach. Ayan. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let's move on. I'd like to discuss you 10 questions to ask your dog training professional before you hire them. Okay? All right. So, ang unang-una is, well, the first question is, what dog training equipment do you use when training a dog, or do you recommend I use? Okay? So yan yung mga unang itatanong nyo. You have to ask the training equipment. Just by asking the training equipment, alam mo na, it will already give you an idea of the training style. Okay? So a force-free professional trainer will recommend using equipment that has been designed with a dog's safety in mind. While collars are great for holding ID tags, they can do damage to a dog's neck and throat if the dog is walking with pressure on the leash, like pulling. Okay? We recommend using a properly fitted front or back clipping harness to lessen the chances of damage to the dog's neck and to keep him comfortable as he learns to walk on a leash nicely without pulling. We also suggest a 6 to 8 flat leash rather than a retractable leash. These give the handler much more control and help avoid injury if a dog is prone to slipping out of a harness. When we suggest double clipping the leash or leash. Ano ba 'yan? Nabubulol ako, 'di ba? All right. So, ayan. So, this is well, you double clip the leash to a collar as well as to the harness. This is an additional security measure. And I do this a lot, especially for big dogs na masyadong nagpupul, tapos talagang naggagag sila. So we use a double leash. And the problem kasi dun sa mga harnesses, sometimes you encourage the dog to pull rather than to follow you. Pero again, ang iniiwasan natin dito are those equipments that promote aversion. What's that? Yun choker, yun mga yung choker, yun yung mga sumisikip na kadena. Okay? And then we have the prong. Ito yung parang evolution ng choker pero meron siyang mga ngipin-ngipin. Okay? So ito yung mga prong. So coach, pag gumamit kami nun, hindi na kagad okay yung trainer. Well, I'm not saying na hindi na okay. Pero it would suggest na medyo persahan kasi yung approach. Again, what we're trying to promote is force-free training. And the information that I'm giving to you, the 10 questions that you should ask your dog training professional, has been endorsed and compiled by the Pet Professionals Guild. Okay? So mga professionals talaga yung gumawa nito. Okay? So hindi lang ako yung nagsasabi. You can actually search this on the internet. Okay? A force-free training professional will never recommend the use of equipment that is designed to cause pain or discomfort or restrict the dog's breathing. Yun yung problema kasi dun sa choker. Kaya nga tinawag na choker. You actually choke. All right? And then this includes pinch or prong collars, choke or check chains, spray collars, and electric or shock collars. These collars are unsafe for the dog wearing them. Both the collars and the pain they elicit may become associated with people, and places in the dog's environment, a pairing that can cause a potentially dangerous behavior. And I've seen this and I've experienced this. If a dog, given a correction while they're looking at a dog, something amazing happens. They make the association that the pain that I'm experiencing has something to do with that dog that I'm seeing or that person. So eventually, nagkakaroon ng reactivity or ng aggression. Ganun yun. Alright? So meron sinabi sa akin, martingale collar. Um, yes and no. So it really depends on how you use it. Kasi ang martingale kasi meron ano yan parang stopper pero parang choker din siya. So debatable, meron nagsasabing okay o hindi. Pero you know what? Yung sinabi natin na point number 1, this is just one point. Okay? Kasi meron mga force-free trainers na gumagamit ng martingale and wala namang problema doon. Siguro kung ano lang yung available na equipment. Pero syempre, meron pa mga ibang criteria. Let's not just focus on one point. Alright? Para masabi. Okay? And there you go. And we have May Irish Kate Lazaro who's watching. Thank you so much for watching. All right. I hope you're safe and remain healthy. Alam nyo, before I proceed with other stuff, side note lang I'm type A. Tapos I just saw an article na parang pag type A ka daw, mas prone ka daw sa COVID. Again, I'm not really sure about that because I didn't really fully read it. Pero maybe I'll just return and then check out the details and the science about that. Pero type A ako, so anong ibig sabihin nun? Mas at risk ba? Well, siguro kailangan mag-ingat na lang. It doesn't matter what blood type you have. Kailangan lang talagang mag-ingat. And I've just seen a lot of people out there na parang we have found a cure. No? So it's really strange and I'm not sure. It's not just here in the Philippines, pero even other places around the world. It's as if we went back to normal. Ang pinagkaiba lang is we have our face mask. Pero guys, just let me just remind you, we are still not back to normal and it's never going to go back to normal until we find a vaccine. All right? So there. Okay, let's check out the comments. There you go. Jerome Guevara says, wait, there is only one question to ask the dog trainer before you hire him. Is your name Coach Francis? Well, meron pa. Just hang on. Meron pa tayo. 10 ito. We just discussed the first one. Let's move on to the second one, okay? So the next question is, what happens in your training program when the dog responds in the way you want him to? Okay, so that's the second question. What happens in your training program when the dog responds in the way you want him to? Okay, so fabulous things happen to the dog when he gets it right. Yan yung mga gusto niyong marinig. Okay, fun, toys, food, whatever the dog wants suddenly appears. A force-free trainer will say the dog gets positively reinforced when he does the right thing. This means the dog gets paid and receives something he deems of high value. Positive reinforcement should be delivered by and paired with a happy, stress-free trainer or pet owner. So ito yung sinasabi natin na when I'm teaching, we use marker training or food. Pwede rin naman yung toy at saka yung play. As long as it's positively reinforced. Pag sinabi mo positively, you add. Kaya nga positive, merong plus sign yan eh. You add something that the dog likes. So yung sinasabi na the dog gets paid, parang meron kang ginawang trabaho, and then you get paid by cash for the dog. Of course, they won't accept cash. Pag binigyan mo ng 500 pesos or 1,000 pesos, they'll just tear it up to pieces. They don't know what that is. Pero what is their reward or what's their money? That's food. That's the toy. That's the attention that you're giving. So there, that's positively reinforcing. All right. So recap. Let's do a recap. Number one, what dog training equipment do you use when training a dog, or do you recommend I use? Number two, what happens in your dog training program when the dog responds in the way you want him to? Kasi meron mga iba parang pat, yeah, good boy, good boy, good boy. That is fine. Okay? Pero meron pang mga susunod na tanong. Ano yung sunod na tanong? What happens in your training program when the dog responds in the way you do not want him to? Oh, paano yan? Okay? And, well, alam na natin yun dun sa iba, ang nangyayari is, well, they get punished. Pero, coach, ibig sabihin, you don't use punishment? Well, we do use punishment, hindi nga lang physical punishment. Okay? So we try to avoid the physical punishment as much as we can. Pero, ang tamang turn doon is you should be able to manage the behavior. Okay? So we believe that bad behavior should be ignored or redirected. If we teach our dog alternative behaviors, then we can ask him to perform one of those instead of what we perceive to be inappropriate behavior. This helps the dog learn what to do and make us feel better about our dogs. For example, when our dog jumps up on us, we can either get angry with him or we can ask him to sit, which we will have to previously have taught him, and then reward him with our attention or a treat. It will not take long for the dog to realize that it is better to sit than to jump. This puts the onus back on us to teach our dogs the things we do not want them to do so that we can feel good about the dog and his behavior rather than just get angry because he is not doing the right thing. And I personally, when I'm training dogs, meron pang ibang article and maybe we can teach about that. We can discuss about that in future episodes. Why it's a bad idea to train your dog when you feel frustrated or you're tired or you feel angry, not necessarily at the dog, because sometimes nagke-carry over. Okay, so again, we can talk about that in future episodes. Pero when a dog does something wrong, what do they do? Kasi pag ang sinabi ng trainer nyo is we just punish him. You just yank the leash. Nagwiwin aso dyan, you roll a piece of newspaper and then hit them in the nose, or kunin yung chinelas mo, paluin mo. Pero wag naman malakas, mahina lang. So, medyo ano yan, medyo flawed yung ganung mga techniques. Matagal na napatunayan yan. And I'm not just doing this or saying this to BS you. Okay? All right. So, what's the next question? Number 4. Number 4. How will you punish the dog or advise me to punish the dog if he gets something wrong or exhibits a behavior I do not like? Well, very simply, we ensure we are teaching the dog age appropriate skills and always make sure we are not expecting too much too soon. We constantly ensure we are motivating the dog correctly. If the dog has been trained and the skill is appropriate for his age, but he still gets it wrong, we very briefly remove something he wants, such as treat, toys, or attention, and then we try again. Alam niyo, importante dun sa sa pinag-aaralan natin ngayon, sa dinidiscuss natin ngayon na you always have to do or ask the dog to do something that is age appropriate. And then depending on their skill set. Baka naman hindi nyo pa natuturo and then you expect the dog to do that. As simple as sit. Okay? Parang minsan sinasabi, sit, 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 sit. Marunong siyang sit. Wait, did you actually teach how to sit? Did you exactly made an agreement or an understanding between you and the dog na, hey, if I give this hand signal, you sit and then you get rewarded. Meron bang ganun? Diba? So let me know. All right. So, meron mga punishment na ginagamit, pero yung nga, hey, you want the treat, pero you're not sitting, then you're not gonna get the treat. That alone is already punishment. Okay? Parang minsan lang yan pag hindi ka pinapansin ng jowa mo or ng girlfriend mo or ng boyfriend, husband or wife. Diba? That alone is punishment. Alam niyo, silent treatment, oh my God, that's gonna be like the worst, like for any guy. All right? Silent treatment. So ginagamit din natin 'yan sa mga dogs. Okay? So meron din tayong silent treatment na binibigay dun sa mga dogs. Wow, silent treatment. All right, number 5. How do you ensure that my dog is not inadvertently being punished? Well, in a force-free training environment, it would be reflected in the dog's demeanor and performance if he were being inadvertently punished. A professional force-free trainer is well versed in canine communication and will immediately be aware of any signs that a dog is uncomfortable. A professional trainer will regroup and reassess what they are doing to create the most empowering learning environment. So, ito yan, pumapasok dito yung body language, and force-free trainers or trainers who use the same techniques as ours na focus sa positive reinforcement. Ang nangyayari is, um, pag masyado nang nai-stress yung aso, we sometimes just hold back. Teka lang, masyado na siyang stress. Teka lang, pagod na yung dog. So let's chill. Okay? Or let's try this again in another day or after a few minutes. Ganon. So, pag ako nagtitrain, usually kasi if I do house calls, that's for 1 hour. And yun 1 hour na yun, hindi namin sinasagad yun. Minsan, bago pa matapos yung 1 hour, the dog is already tired, the dog is moving out, away, the dog is not looking at us. So, kahit na meron kaming treat, you can see that the dog is not interested. Hindi mo na pepwersahin yung aso. Alright? Ang maganda pa nga, ang tama doon is you should always end on a high note. Diba? Alright. So, meron comment si Myla. Sabi ni Myla, ha 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 ha, silent treatment, passive-aggressive. Tama ba? Well, pag sinabi, hindi naman passive-aggressive, pero it's really more on really just punishment. You just don't really want to reward that. Okay? You don't want to be aggressive towards the dog. Diba? You just want them to understand that parang that behavior is unwanted. Ganun lang yun. And then you immediately go back to rewarding good behaviors that you like. All right. Well, thank you for the comments, Myla. So next time, sana you can join us back in our podcast. Okay, pero good thing you're still monitoring us. Okay, and number 6, how do you know that the type of reinforcement you have selected to train a dog is appropriate? A force-free professional trainer will help you determine what is the most suitable reinforcement for your dog based on what he likes and best motivates him, and how the reinforcement can be best be delivered within a training environment. Your training force-free professional will educate you on the different types of reinforcement and when you can use them. So ito, tinuturo natin dito yon when it's time to use food, when it's time to use a toy, or attention. Okay? So, pinipili natin yan kasi each dog is different, and a force-free training professional would know how to assess and which ones to use. Hindi pwedeng iisa lang. Okay? So, pinipili mo. Hindi pwedeng punishment lang at punishment lang. Hindi pwedeng puro pagkain lang. Though we use food as a main tool, hindi naman lahat ng aso food motivated. So it really varies per dog. All right. Let's moving on to number 7. How will you know, or how will I know if my dog is stressed during the training? Ito na yan. A professional force-free dog trainer will do everything he or she can to ensure your dog is not stressed during training sessions. Professional trainers are educated and experienced in interpreting canine communication. Dogs who are whining, growling, snarling, or snapping are obviously stressed, but there are also more subtle signs of stress that we need to be on the lookout for. To do this, we watch the signs by the dog's body language. Alright? So ano yung mga body language na yon? Yung whale eye. Pag sinabi yung whale eye, okay, ito uh, yun, di ba yun sa whale? Di ba? Pag pinanood nyo yung Free Willy, makikita nyo yung whale yung mata ng whale parang nasa side. Okay? Ganun yun. Yung whale eye. Tumitingin sila sa gilid. Okay? Parang crescent moon. Ayan. Stress yan. Okay? Tapos yung mga eyes nila, if it's wide open and rounder, okay? Uh, tapos makita nyo yung pupils nila parang dilated, stress yan. Okay? Tapos yung mga brow nila, minsan parang nakasimangot yan. And then, sa mouth, their mouth is closed. Okay? And tapos when it comes to panting when the temperature does not warrant it, so kunwari malamig naman pero the dog's panting excessively, then more likely your dog is stressed. Okay? And then we also have the ears set back flat. Tapos meron pa yung the legs and the overall body posture is stiff. Yung tail, it's dalawa yan eh. It's either it's tucked or sobrang stiff niya, parang nagpa-flag ceremony siya sa tail niya. Okay? So, yun, stress din yun eh. Parang agitated siya. Okay? Hindi yung palagi nakabahag yung mundo. It's not just that. Okay? The neck may be extended to raise the head on high, parang ostrich neck. Nakatingala lang talaga siya and he's not moving as much. And then one thing that is easy to spot is the head turns away from the trainer or the training object or anything na hindi siya komportable. They would not look at that person or anything that stresses them. Diba? So parang kung naiinis ka doon sa kaklase mo or sa coworker mo, huwag mo nang tignan. Diba? Lalo ka may inis. So meron din ganun yun sa dogs. Alright. Meron mga aso, they're shaking, obviously. Pag nag-shake na yung aso. Meron pa yung paw lift. Okay? So, ano yung paw lift? Yung tinataas nila yun, isang paa nila. Parang pointer. Yan. Those are stress signals. Lip licking or tongue flicks. Ito na yung minsan, naglilick sila. Hindi naman sila uminom ng tubig, hindi naman sila kumain. And yet, they are lip licking. Next, sniffing the ground randomly. Yan. Isa to sa mga stress. Kaya yung mga nakikita natin na tinetrain ko ng aso, actually, gusto ko nag-i-sniff sila. Kasi this is a body language of them trying to calm themselves and as well as communicating na parang peace tayo. Alright. And lastly, running away and refusing to come when called. Yan, napaka-obvious. Okay? So, yun yung mga body language na kailangan kabisado ng dog trainer nyo. Okay? So, in general, ayan. So, my sister's watching all the way from Singapore. Hello. Thank you for watching. Kamusta ang Singapore? Okay. So, let's move on. Sandali na lang to. Nasa number 8 na tayo. Ayan. So, your number 8 question is, which professional dog training associations are you a member of? Kung meron man. And marami yan. The thing about dog trainers is, it's very loosely unregulated. So, ang daming mga organizations for dog trainers. Hindi siya talaga parang meron isang centralized organization. Though tinatry naman, pero ang dami kasi. And wala naman talagang isang batas na nagsasabi na ito lang yung standard. Pati yung mga techniques kasi, iba-iba. So, kailangan nyo malaman. So, parang ako, for the longest time, I've been a member of the Pet Professionals Guild. And then, naging member din tayo ng Association of Professional Dog Trainers or APDT. Meron din tayo mga ibang sinalihan ng mga professional associations. Pinipili ko yan. Hindi rin naman kasi, kunwari, if I do not agree with the stance of a particular dog training association, hindi ako sumasali. Okay. So, it's just a matter of, what I believe in. Kung parehas tayo ng techniques, then I would probably join Pero itong mga organizations na to, hindi to libre. Okay? Meron mga dues ito. Okay? Alright. Merong comment si Ayan. Sabi niya, no slick is stress signal, but most dog commercials show this. Exactly. I agree. Oo. Alam niyo, pag manonood kayo ng mga dog commercials, pinapakita nila, gusto nila naglilick ng nose. And minsan ngayon, tumatawa kami na parang, tignan mo, stress yung aso. Pero pinoproject nila na parang masaya daw. No, hindi. Tapos yun, alam niyo yung hikab. Okay. Try nga natin. Ilan ba sa inyo nanonood ngayon ng hikab pag humikab ako? Try natin. Kasi sabi nila nakakahawa daw yung hikab eh. Ano ba yung hikab? Yon. Okay? So let's try. Ayan. Sinong mag-comment nga kayo? So, ilan kaya sa mga nakikinig ng podcast natin ang mag-yon after that? Kasi sabi nila, psychologically, ano yan? Nakakahawa. Okay. Sino kayang humikab? Yan. Pero pag ginagawa ng aso yan, hindi ibig sabihin inaantok sila. Stress yan. Kung lalong-lalo kung hindi naman oras ng tulog, nasa park kayo tapos biglang nagyoyon, stress yan. Okay? Alright. Nasa na ba tayo? Alright. Next one. Okay, number 9. No. Teka. Review natin. Number 8. Which professional dog training associations are you a member of? Your professional force-free dog trainer should maintain memberships only with select organizations that advocate humane, ethical training methods that are minimally aversive to animals. They should not or will not participate in any organization that promotes or endorses methods or training styles that use punishment, force, fear, or intimidation. Ito yung sinabi ko nga kanina. So, maraming mga dog training organizations pero pinipili natin yan. 'Di ba? Parang ito, marami nakikinig dito and a lot of people try to really listen to this because this is something that's really interesting. Okay, brought to you by Podcast Network Asia. So behind the scenes and everything else in between, Off the Record has got your sports fix. In this podcast, sit down with host Mix Bustos and take a closer look into the busy lives of the Filipino athlete as they talk about the nitty gritty and pretty of sports in the country. Come and join. Come and join in the Kulinan conversation. There you go, off the record. Okay? So, kung mahilig kayo sa sports. Ayan. I would probably listen to this. Mahilig ako sa sports. Especially with the NBA. Anything that has basketball on it. There you go. Diba? Pero boxing as well. Or even when it comes to ano yan? Ultimate Fighting Championship or ano pa yung isa? Diba? Anyway, anything about sports. Okay? So, yung nga lang lahat ngayon naka-postpone na tayo. So, maybe I should listen to Migs so I can learn more about what's going on and what's the future of sports. Okay, yeah, pakinggan niyo yan, ha? All right, so going on, or moving forward, meron yung mga number 9. Will you guarantee your training results? Ay, nako. Alam niyo, we often get asked this. Parang, Coach, do you guarantee your training? Teka lang. Pag ikaw ba nag-aral ka sa isang prestigious school, to an international school, or yung mga big universities na, okay? Like University of the Philippines, De La Salle, Ateneo, okay? UST, Lyceum, joke. That's where I graduated from. Diba? Hindi naman malaking university, pero it is a university. So, sila ba nag-guarantee na, hey, if you study in our school, you'll be successful? Diba? I actually inquired pa nga dun sa AIM. Are you familiar with AIM? Asian Institute of Management. Diba? So, maganda yung enrollment fee nila doon. Pero tinatanong ko sa does it guarantee if I enroll? Diba? If I'm gonna be spending this money, does it guarantee that my business will prosper? Alam mong sinabi sa akin. Diba? It is gonna be worth the investment, pero they're not gonna be saying na parang we guarantee the results. So same thing, okay? Parang ano yan, minsan baka ma-fake news kayo, ha? Okay. Kung meron dog trainer nagsabi ng guarantee yan. Okay. So a professional force-free dog trainer will not guarantee their training result. Actually, wala akong kilalang force-free trainer na nagagaranty. There are too many variables involved, and a professional dog trainer cannot control these. Instead, your professional dog trainer will work in tandem with you to effect the most appropriate behavior change in line with your goals. The results will be dependent on many things, including your level of commitment and compliance to the recommended program. Nabubulol na ako. Okay, so ito yung sinasabi ko. Walang magagaranti. Okay? Walang magagaranti. Kung meron nag-guarantee, sabihin nyo sa akin. Diba? Sige nga, sabihin nyo, meron ba kayong kilala? Kung meron kayong kilala, sabihin nyo sa akin. Diba? I-refer ko doon yung mga ibang aso na sa palagay ko mahirap na case. Diba? Walang problema sa akin. Sometimes the risk is too high and I cannot guarantee anything. So, i-refer ko sa kanila. Pakilala nyo sa akin kung sino yun. I-refer ko sa kanila yung nag-inquire sa akin o yung mga gusto magpa-trade. Kasi hindi kami nag-guarantee. Okay? We will assure you that we will do our best, pero we will never guarantee. Diba? We want to let our pet parents know na parang each time we get a new dog, a new student, or a new pet parent who wants to learn with us or learn from us, sinasabi namin, parehas yan. Okay? We don't really give you parang paiba-iba. It's actually the same standard. Yung tinuturo namin few years back, kung mayroon man nagbago, it improved. Pero hindi kami magbibigay ng guarantee. Sabi ni Ayan, according to forums, dog trainers most use words is, it depends. Oo, totoo yan. It depends. Okay? Yeah. All right. So, let's do a recap muna before we go on to the last item of our 10 questions to ask your dog training professional. And number 1, what dog training equipment do you use when training a dog, or do you recommend I use? Number 2, what happens in your training program when the dog responds in the way you want him to? Number 3, what happens in your training program when the dog responds in the way you do not want him to? And number 4, how will you punish the dog or advise me to punish the dog if he gets something wrong or exhibits a behavior I do not like? Number 5, how do you ensure that my dog is not inadvertently being punished? Number 6, how do you know that the type of reinforcement you have selected to train my dog is appropriate? Number 7, how will you know, or how will I know, if my dog is stressed during the training? And number 8, which professional dog training associations are you a member of? Number 9, will you guarantee your training results? Ayan. And of course, ayan, number 10, how do you think a dog's behavior should be addressed if the dog is growling or snapping at people or other dogs? An experienced force-free dog trainer will assess whether your dog is just overly aroused or has a genuine fear or aggression issue, as the two can look similar. If your dog is anxious or fearful, exhibiting avoidance, or acting out in an aggressive manner, then a program of desensitization and counter conditioning can be used. This type of program aims to change the dog's emotional response to stimuli that previously upset him, thus reducing the probability of him feeling the need to resort to those behaviors in the future. Okay, so we use positive reinforcement. Ito yung sinabi dito na desensitization. And nakakabulol yan. I've been saying that word for years now, and until now, nabubulol ako. Okay, and counter conditioning. Sa atin, sa program natin, we have what we use called BAT or BAT. Hindi yung pamalo. Okay, BAT stands for Behavior Adjustment Training. Ito, kinreate ito ng Grisha Stewart, and nagustuhan ko yung method ng pag-introduce at pagtuturo dun sa aso. So I took the training and we've been using that technique ever since, and it has worked wonders. Hindi pinipwersa yung aso. We actually want the dog to think for themselves, make an assessment. Is it safe? Do I need to be fearful, or do I need to just relax, or am I just overreacting? So we are actually giving a dog a little bit of freedom to choose. Pero syempre, yung freedom to choose is really geared toward setting the dog up for success. Ayaw natin nagkakamali sila. Doon naniniwala ako na marami na pwede hindi ka matututo ng hindi ka nagkakamali. Pero mas maganda sana na parang you were set up for success. So we can build that confidence. Lalong-lalo na kung fearful yun dog. Okay? So yeah, so those are the 10 things that your dog, that you should ask your dog trainer. Okay? Before we proceed, gusto ko rin sabihin sa inyo, kasi it's Father's Day, okay? So, Father's Day, parent, di ba? Mahirap yan. Parenting is a full-time job. Like marriage, pregnancy, and parenthood are some of the biggest responsibilities we have to fulfill. Parenting is here to help you face these stages of our lives as real parents facing modern problems. Together, hosted by Jelly Victor and JC Ellis, we'll listen in on some real conversations with fellow parents about the ups and downs of their parenting experience. Okay, so look that up. Parenting Podcast, also brought to you by Podcast Network Asia, and we are powered by Podmetrics. All right. And if you're late, in case you don't know the show, this is still Dog Coach Francis, and you're listening to the Dog Behind the Human podcast. All right. So, ang mga susunod ng mga episodes natin, you know what? I'm just really excited because we will be talking to different trainers and different professionals, and probably invite a vet. Kasi nakikita ko ang daming issues ngayon with parvo. Meron akong nasalihan na dog group. Ang mga post nila on a daily basis is about parvo. So that's very alarming na na nangyayari is maraming aso na nagkakaroon ng parvo. And again, parvo is a deadly disease with a high mortality rate for puppies. Okay? Tapos, kung tutusin, easily preventable with the right vaccination. All right. So, next part of the show, let's move on to the barking news. So, ano bang news natin for this day? Alam nyo, naglabas ang Dog Trust ng statement. So, we have Paula Boyden, Veterinary Director at Dog Trust, and naglabas siya ng statement. This is about the COVID pandemic. And Paula says, we understand that dog owners may be concerned about the potential effects of coronavirus or COVID-19 on their four-legged friends and whether or not they can contract or transfer the disease. The main source of infection is human to human transmission, and there is no current evidence to suggest your dog poses any significant risk to your health. Although there are currently no confirmed instances of coronavirus or COVID-19 being passed from dogs to people, just like human hands and any other surface, it is possible for them to carry the virus on their fur, their collar, or their lead. To keep ourselves and others safe, it is important that we all work together to follow government guidance and keep at least 2 meters apart from others when venturing outside, to avoid situations where your dog might approach and greet other people or dogs. This may mean walking your dog on a leash when in areas with other people. When caring for a dog, it is important to remember that basic hygiene is key. This includes washing your hands before and after handling them, as well as avoiding kissing, being licked, or sharing food. If you have tested positive for coronavirus, we would recommend limiting physical contact with your dog as much as possible, and as hard it may be. There you go. So yun yung official statement ng Dog Trust by the veterinary director, Paula Boyden. Okay, yan. So kasi meron pa din mga nagtatanong if their dog might get infected with corona. So wala, wala. Safe yung dog, pero ang problema, the dogs can be carriers if they interact with another person who has COVID. All right. So that's our barking news for this episode. All right. So meron tayong mga issues ngayon na gusto ko lang pag-usapan. Um, on another note, earlier kasi when I was in the groceries, I met um, a pet parent na tinrain namin yung dog dati. And the dog was a Doberman. And obviously, the dog has issues, pero mga normal issues lang to na kayang i-handle ng isang firm handler. So, syempre, hindi lang firm handler, pero for somebody who's knowledgeable and know what to do to work with a big dog. So, nung nagtitrain dito, yun aso, okay siya. Okay. The dog was following orders, was being obedient. Pero, unfortunately, I think somewhere in the middle, um, the family failed to follow through with the recommended program. No? Nagkaroon ng mga biting incident. So, they decided to rehome the Doberman. So, kung pwede ko lang sanang i-adapt. Okay, pinapa-adapt sa akin. Pero at that point, I already have my dogs and hindi kasi ako naniniwala na parang kung meron aso, adapt mo na lang basta. Kasi each time you adopt a dog, you're actually adding a family member. Diba? So it was really hard. So I have to turn it down. So they ended up giving this dog to another family friend. And okay na, di ba? Nasa family friend na. Ngayon, itong family friend na to, nagkaroon ng incident. Again, hindi ko rin alam yung training level ng handler or ng new pet parents. Nasaan na sila? Are they capable of handling big dogs like a Doberman? Nagkaroon ng biting incident. So, nung nagkaroon ng biting incident na to, they were forced to just send the dog away to another place, I think to a farm or another family. I'm not really sure. So, nakakaano lang. Parang siguro, hindi ko alam kung meron bang pagkukulang doon sa part namin sa pagtitrain. Pero we've been doing the same thing. Okay? And actually, nung nag-train pa yon, we were exerting effort with the dog. Pero I think it was just a series of unfortunate events. No? So I think nagkaroon doon ng hindi balancing approach doon sa interaction between the needs of the dog and the family. There's a complete mismatch with the dog. Without realizing na parang hey, Dobermans can be very protective. Dobermans can be very territorial. And these are still guard dogs. Yeah. Meron mga malalambing na Dobermans. Okay. Pero by the end of the day, they are still guard dogs. And hindi sila katulad ng mga toy dogs na lang na parang pwede mong buhatin, pwede mong yakapin. Okay, and I've been trying to educate the family about that. So, nakakalungkot dun sa aso. And then, sinabi sa akin, Coach, we got another dog. It's a golden retriever. We got it from a breeder allegedly in Venezuela, I think, if my memory serves me right. And we bought that dog for 18,000 pesos. So, in my mind, sabi ko, well, that seems right. Hindi naman mura, hindi rin naman mahal, pero the next statement startled me. Sabi niya ganun, when we got that dog, it was said na it was a golden retriever. Pero nung nakita namin and the dog is growing up, hindi pala siya golden retriever. Na-scam sila, 'di ba? So inisip ko, teka lang. You gave up a dog kasi may problem yung dog. And here you are, you bought another dog thinking it's a golden retriever. Tapos hindi pala siya golden retriever. So hindi ko alam. Is it the naloko lang talaga sila or may pagkakamali or may pagkukulang yun pet parent, 'di ba? Did you do your homework? Did you check out the family? Were you sure that the breeder is a legit breeder? Or baka Puppy Miller? And I think what happened there is hindi lang Puppy Miller pero scam artist din yung nagbenta doon sa golden retriever na yun. And sana kung healthy pa yung puppy. Eh. Anong nangyari ngayon? That dog got parvo or has parvo. Okay? So, sabi naman, mataas naman yung chance daw na mag-survive. So, I'm not really sure about the details. Pero, ang storya is, sinabi daw ng breeder na to is to follow yung vaccination records pero vaccinated na yan. So, even the vet, I was told, agreed na parang they have to start the vaccination all over again kasi hindi dapat ganon. Pero the dog already has parvo. Okay? So, parang na-scam talaga sila. So, pet parents, we need to be smart about this, okay? We're trying to stop puppy millers. At least we're advocating stopping puppy millers. And we're advocating that we be responsible pet parents. Kung may problem yung dog nyo, huwag nyo nang i-breed. 'Di ba? Pakapon nyo na, pa-neuter nyo na, spay nyo na. 'Di ba? Kung alam nyo may problema, meron siyang sakit, wag na. Kasi hindi nyo alam kung anong mangyayari doon sa puppies, doon sa mga anak, the next generations. And the heartache that it's going to give, and not to mention the financial burden, 'di ba? Kasi bringing a dog to a vet is, well, it can take a toll. Okay? Kahit na sabi mo mura yung pinupuntahan yung vet, pero yung gamot, hindi eh. Okay? So, nakakalungkot lang na parang I'm still hearing this. Sabi ko nga, okay, may pagkukulang ba ako? And I'm just really sharing this to you guys, so everybody who's listening to our podcast, na parang we can only do so much and we can only advise so much to everybody. Pero we need to be smart about this. And then you have to do your part as well. If you know somebody who's looking for a dog, don't just look and help. Para titignan na lang yun, okay, I saw this on Facebook. Pero kung tutuusin, pinagbabawal na ni Facebook yung pagbebenta. Pero siguro dahil ginagamit Filipino or Tagalog or they're using a different jargon, hindi na uhuli. And even if I report, if I'm the only one who's reporting, ang gagawin ni Facebook is iba-block niya lang ako. Sabi niya, pwede gusto mo ba i-block ko na lang tong account na ito so you don't see it. Pero the sale is still there. So what are you gonna do, diba? So hopefully through this podcast we'll be able to share more and then probably remind everybody that this is not over. This is an advocacy. Mahaba pa yung biyahe natin. Okay, until we stop this, and maybe we won't be able to stop this, but we can probably help uh, pet parents and future pet parents not to make the same mistakes. All right. Okay. So wala tayong ano ngayon. Wala tayong Ask Dog Coach ngayon. Pero hopefully on the next episode we can have a caller. So if you want to go live on our stream and ask us through our podcast about your dog behavior questions, please send them over, and then we would love to hear from you. And I would be ready to help you out and give you advice, and that's for free, diba? So, um, yun lang. You just have to send us your application so we can choose if you really deserve to get that advice. All right. So, huh. All right. So in the next few episodes, we'll be featuring um, dog trainers from across the world. And super excited talaga ako dito. So sabi ko nga kanina, from Australia, from London, from the US. Sa US, medyo marami-rami sila nag-volunteer. And I'm just so super grateful. Um, you have to please, you can download our podcast to different platforms. So hanapin nyo lang yan. Please share our podcast as well. Help us build our community. And we'd really, really appreciate it. And that will keep us motivated to produce more content for you guys. And um, try to invite entertaining people and get to know about their dogs. Okay. After all, the name of the show is The Dog Behind the Human Podcast. By the way, we do have a YouTube channel. So please go on to YouTube, youtube.com/Dog Coach Francis. And ina-upload natin doon yung mga ilang episodes, yung mga ibang clips, and a few videos of there that might be useful for you. So please smash the like button, okay? And subscribe doon sa mga videos natin doon. I will really appreciate it. You can also follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. All you have to do is search at Dog Coach Francis. Diba? Simple. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Simple. One name at Dog Coach Francis. Yun lang yan. Diba? Really easy to remember. Bago pa magkaroon ng mga ibang klaseng coach dito sa Pilipinas, nauna tayo. Yun, dog coach. So meron ng kumokopya dito sa Pilipinas na coach din daw sila ng aso. Ano yan? Fake na yan. Copycat na yan. Tayong urig. Alright? Okay. So I guess that's it for me on for this episode. Meron tayong mga exclusive content. We do have those exclusive audio content that you can only hear through our podcast platforms. Okay? So again, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, madami yan. So please follow, download those videos, send us your comments, your shout outs. We'd like to really hear from you. All right, until next podcast, you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and don't forget to pet your dog. All right, bye guys.